LeBron James signed a 2-year extension today for 97.1 million. It's reported this value could actually go up depending on if the cap goes up in a year or so. Then the value could go up to 111 million. So it's still a lot of money. He's basically going to get close to 50 million a year for the next 2 years at a minimum, or even higher depending on a cap spike. So obviously it's a great deal for LeBron. But what do I think about this deal? Well, I guess I'll get into it. What it means from a Lakers point of view. I think the Lakers did this as more of a business deal, more so than basketball. Because if we're being honest, the Lakers are not a contending team, even with LeBron James and AD and Russell Westbrook. This is a terribly configured team. They have a lot of holes in their roster. They lack depth, and they have holes at positions. They don't have a legit center. They don't have a legit shooting guard. I know they play LeBron at times out of power forward, but to me, he's always a small forward in my eyes. And Russ as a point guard really sucks in their system. Also, he's declining athletically. And we all know Russell Westbrook's greatest strength was his athleticism. So this is a team I feel at best can be just a borderline playoff team or a low seed team in the playoffs, somewhere between 6 through 8. And they're not going to get higher than that. So it really doesn't make any sense from a basketball standpoint, I believe. So from a business perspective, I feel for the Lakers, it can make sense since LeBron is a big headliner, and like Stephen A. Smith would say, he's box office. He can get people to show up to their games. He can generate attendance. He can get people to watch their games on TV. The Lakers will always get games on TV because of LeBron. But I don't see it anything about it being positive outside of it being just a business move for the Lakers. So maybe they'll make a bunch of money in revenue that allows them to be profitable in the next few years with him being there. Outside of that, they're just not going to really have any basketball success with him. I feel that the Lakers are just are I'm trying to think of what I was going to say about the Lakers, but I feel the Lakers are just not serious about winning anytime soon, to be honest. They like to just have the spectacle going on where they get all this attention, and LeBron allows them to get that attention. So I guess it benefits them that he keeps their name out there just by being linked to them. So it could be a great money move for Lakers. We'll see about that. When I look at LeBron, I kind of just I don't know. I guess I'm kind of in disbelief that he didn't try to force his way to another team where he could easily win a ring. He's been doing that for several years previously before going to the Lakers. I guess he's just at peace with it that he's never going to contend for another championship ring anymore. I just don't see it that the way the Lakers are constructed that he can win a championship. So it's not happening for him in that regard. I think LeBron's championship is actually breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. That's what he's going to be gunning for next year for sure, or they would say the upcoming season. That's really what he has going for him, is just getting that record. And after that, I don't know basketball-wise what he has to look forward to. This team really will be a shit show the next few years. From a comical perspective, I expect a lot of comedy. Just there'll be a lot of stuff going on with this team because they're Lakers. They're always the NBA's version of reality TV with all their shenanigans and all the other stuff that goes down. I just don't see them winning. And also with LeBron, I just wonder how long can he just remain calm and cool, knowing that he's not going to be on a championship team ever again. I wonder if it's in him to be behind the scenes and just keep his composure. But a part of me tells me that this man needs attention, and you don't get attention in this league even if you're a headliner if you're not winning. So I think it's going to be tough for LeBron. I think he will cause a ruckus. He will cry. He will yell about how he doesn't have enough help. He'll try to get trades arranged to benefit the Lakers, but I don't see anything working out. But hey, it will be entertaining in that regard. I think just in general, the Lakers are a clown show. They always benefit historically just from being in LA and just having that legacy of winning those championships during the 80s with Showtime and then lucking out with Shaq coming there way back during the late 90s and getting that three-peat. I just think they've always lucked out on that, and I also feel they feel that they don't really have to try to put together a winner because there'll always be some star, some superstar that'll eventually sign with them. So that's really what that shows to me. They're just a lazy organization, and they're just hoping to benefit from LeBron's brand and just to generate cash the next few years. I honestly hope they fail. Just I don't really I have no respect for the Lakers the way they're run. To me, they're basically the Western Conference version of the Knicks. That's why I look at them. They're like the Western Conference version of the Knicks. They just benefit from their legacy, their history. But if we're being honest, they haven't really made any great moves the last 10 years. When you think about drafting, when you think about making trades, I guess maybe you could say drafting Kuzma was their one good draft move, but just in general, this is a team that just gets things handed to them. Really, they haven't had to make any great moves in a very, very long time, and they luck out that the media never makes fun of them or insults them simply because of their legacy. But I don't really see how they're better than the Knicks, really, if you compare the last 10 years or so. Granted, they got that one fluke championship, but they've been run the same way. But they always get the benefit of the doubt from the media. So I guess that's me going a little bit off tangent, but I feel this signing is really just a waste. It doesn't really do anything for them long term basketball wise or even short term basketball wise. So that's really how I feel about it.